Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So yesterday I told you all that I had a story time to tell you, so I'm back today with the story time. Now if you hear the rumbling noise or whatever, my little portable heater's on. I'm sitting next to it, so that's what you hear. So let me preface this video by saying this video contains not images, but it is in regards to SA, if you know what I'm talking about, and what was done to me, but it wasn't anything violent. It just was more physical. So I am a sophomore in high school, and this older upperclassman, he invited me to lunch. He was a senior, I was a sophomore. So he invited me, and I was like, thinking, oh my God, he invited me to lunch. I am kind of shocked because he was this good looking guy. He had these really pretty hazel green blue eyes that you could see from feet away, and he was tall, brown skin, and he was like really cute. So I'm just thinking, why would he want to take me to lunch? Because I, even though I ran track and I played sports and hung around with a group of girls who did the same thing, we weren't like, ugly or anything. We were just some girls who, hung around each other, and we had fun and we did our thing. We were not the popular crowd, but we were in a group of our own, and the people who we hung around and the guys who we hung around kind of like respected us. So, oh, excuse me. So he told people that he was going to take me to lunch, and he told my friends, he was like, yeah, we're going to go to lunch. I'm going to take her to lunch, and she can tell you all about it when we get back. So they was like, ooh, girl, he asked you to lunch. Where are y'all going? When is this going to happen? And I was like, I don't know. He just said he would let me know. So the day comes when we go to lunch, and he's like, okay, well, just meet me by the front doors. And I was like, okay. So we walk to his car, and he opens my door and everything. And we get in, and I'm like, okay, so where are you taking me? And he was like, he kind of laughs a little bit. And he was like, we're not going anywhere. And I'm like, well, what do you mean we're not going anywhere? So he just looks at me like, with this look on his face, like, yeah, okay. So he was in the driver's seat. So he tells me like, I will take you to get something to eat if you perform this sex act on me. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. We're not doing that. So he was like, well, yeah, you are. If you want to get something to eat, that's what's gonna happen. And I was like, well, I'm not that hungry to where I would do this to you. And he was like, okay, well, it's either you do it or you don't eat. And I was like, well, I guess I won't eat. So he climbed from his driver's seat over to the passenger seat and is like straddling me. We're like my face is in his chest. So he starts unbuckling his pants, and I'm like, no, I'm like, get off me. Nope, I'm not gonna do this. And he's like, yeah, you are. He was like, and if you don't, then I'm going to tell everybody that you did. And I was like, well, you can tell people whatever you want to, but you know that I didn't, and I know I'm not going to. So he was like, okay, well, you either have sex with me or you do this. And I was like, and in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I would rather have sex with him than to perform this other act on him. I don't know. I just wasn't thinking. I was just trying to get out of it. So he was like, nope, I don't want to have sex with you. I want you to do this other thing to me. And I'm like, no, it's just not going to happen. So he's like trying to pull out his stuff, and I'm just turning my head, and my lips are like that, and I'm just turning my head and shaking my head, no, 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 and he's trying to put himself on me, and I'm just like trying to scream, but nobody's gonna hear you scream. He's like, stop screaming, nobody's gonna hear you. And I'm just turning my head, and by this time he has my wrist, and I'm like, just let me go, just let me go. I was like, just let me out. You don't have to take me, whatever. I just want to go in and forget about all this. And he was like, nope, nope, you're gonna do this. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And at this point, I'm on the verge of tears, and my breathing is really hard. And he's like, nope, just go ahead and get it over with. Just the faster you do it, the sooner you'll get out the car. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do this. So I think we're like 15 or 20 minutes in. Lunch is only 30 minutes. So I feel like I am fighting for my life, but in actuality, he's not hitting me. He's not really hurting me. My ego is hurt, but he's not doing anything physical or anything that would leave a mark or a bruise or anything. So I'm telling him, no, no, no. He's like, yeah, 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 you're going to. I'm like, nope. So finally he gets off me, and he sits back in his seat, and he looks at me like, are you good? And I'm like, just let me out the car. And he like starts laughing like it's a big joke, and I'm out the car, and I'm running towards the building, and he's just in the back like still laughing. So I ran into the school, and I get my stuff because the bell had rang and I had to get to my class. So I got to my locker, and I got to my next class, and I'm still kind of breathing hard, but I am just sitting there thinking like, no, that didn't just happen. Like, what in the world just happened? So class was over, and me and my friends, we kind of met at the lockers, and they're like, well, where'd you go? And I was like, well, we didn't go anywhere. We just sat in the parking lot and talked. That was my thing. Like, we just sat in the parking lot and talked. And they was like, he didn't take you to get nothing to eat. And I was like, nope, we just sat there and talked. Because I, of course, was not gonna say he tried to make me perform this act on him. I that wasn't gonna be my story. So they were just like, well, next time, make him take you. And I was like, there's not gonna be a next time. So I don't think he ever told anybody, because no upperclassmen or any other class ever invited me to lunch. And I never said anything because I was embarrassed, first of all, to think that this guy really liked me. And he didn't. He just wanted something from me. So I don't know if he ever tried that with any other girl. I don't think I ever heard of that happening, but I was just really embarrassed and kind of ashamed that I would let something like that potentially happen to me. I thought I was smarter than that, but guys will tell you anything or do anything to try to get you to, do something that's out of your belief or character. So I say that to say, you have kids in school, going to high school, and even in middle school. Parents just tell your daughters and your sons about people, men, women, who try to prey upon them and try to get them to do things that they don't want to do. So it happens, I don't know, probably quite a bit, and young people don't know how to say it. And I think what happened to me is still a part of my trauma, with guys, men trying to take advantage of me, and me just being so trusting, not seeing the signs. So that still kind of, even after thinking about it, just kind of made me mad to think that I would let myself get put in that situation. But I really don't think there was anything I could have done any different. So, but I thank you all for listening. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment, subscribe, share. Remember, it costs nothing to be kind. And I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye.